We're in London at the National Achievers Congress today, 2011, and it's Benjamin Lepierre here with Michelle Hebworth. And I've known Michelle for about, it's got to be like over 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
We met at Joseph McClendon Next Step, a long time ago it seems. So we're just going to casually talk, aren't we, today? And we're going to talk about what is it you'd really like to talk about today.
I would love to become a sales superwoman.
Sales superwoman, cool. So what does that mean to you?
That means the ability to promote and share my services with people that I meet in a way that is congruent with what I can help them with and demonstrates the absolute value and what they would get from working with me.
Okay, so what would be stopping you from doing that right now? From being the superwoman right now?
So right now the limiting beliefs I have in place are stopping me from being the superwoman in sales that I want to be.
Cool, okay. So what is your... So do you want to talk about those limiting beliefs first, or do you want to talk about the subject of sales and what your definition is of sales?
Perhaps it'd be good to talk about the definition first.
Cool, let's do that then.
So selling to me typically is where somebody has to promote a product or a service
Right.
in order for the other person to want to buy it. And what that has meant to me in my own experience is that on occasion that's people trying to sell me things I don't want. And on occasion, because I'm quite open to people sharing information with me and seeing the value in it, buying things that I don't necessarily need or will continue to use. And where that's affected me is somebody who's now in a position where I'm offering a service that I need to sell for it to be worthwhile and be in business. That the concept comes into my head that I wouldn't want anyone to not get absolute 100% value out of what I'm offering. And so that's sometimes where I have a limiting belief around that, because I stop myself from wanting to share it with somebody.
Okay, so how much do you love what you do?
Yes.
Right, so that has got a big smile, didn't
Yeah.
it? How much do you love what you do on a scale of like 0 to 100?
Yeah, it's definitely up with 100. It's something that I'm so passionate about that when I wake up in the morning and it's time to get out of bed, I don't have to push myself because I'm excited to get up and go and do it.
Cool. And knowing from what I know, knowing how I know you, like you're absolutely custom made for this. So, have you ever sold anything to anyone in the past?
I've sold a few things to people.
Oh, okay. So tell me about that.
The extent to which I've sold has just been recently in the realm of the service that I'm offering, and that's been on a few occasions.
Cool. So tell me about that.
So that's been really exciting because I've had some people referred to me who were already aware of my product and my service and were interested to work with me. And then it was a matter of me being able to speak passionately about what I could help them with and how I felt that I could really add value to their dreams. And I found that actually it was easy and fun.
Cool. So let's intellectualize that then.
Yeah.
So selling yourself as a service was easy and fun.
Yeah.
Say that to me then.
So selling myself as a service was easy and fun.
Cool. Okay.
And where I see a difference between that and what I need to learn is that has occurred so far from people who already knew me or had been referred to me by somebody who'd already worked with me.
Oh yeah.
So the big gap I've got in sales is approaching people.
Massive gap there.
Who have nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with you, right?
I've never known or worked with me or known anyone who's worked with me.
So how important, considering the level of service that I know you provide, how is that person going to feel after spending some time with you? Just put some words around it, anything that comes up.
They're going to feel inspired. They're going to sense my passion and enthusiasm. they're going to feel what's possible and generally feel really good about themselves.
Because you just genuinely love them and want them to succeed, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you think once you've provided that service to this first person that you really struggle to sell to because you don't really like sales, do you think they might know anybody else who might want to take advantage of your service?
Yeah. Yes. I think that the type of person that I can really help will usually have other people that they know that I can help as well.
Cool, so that would be referrals that are like such an important part of sales, and I completely agree that just walking up to a complete stranger and selling yourself to them when it's cold and they might not even really be in the buying mood and probably might need your service, they might not necessarily be in the right state for that decision at that time. So I think that's a real challenge, and I think that what you're doing is we're having this conversation because you don't necessarily believe that you're that great at sales, and you've already told me that that's not true because you've just made a great sale to somebody who really needed your service. So in fact I think you're brilliant at sales already. And I think the whole process of, I think your job is to just make as many people as possible aware of your service. That's definitely your responsibility, to increase awareness. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sell to that person. Because I think the definition of a brilliant salesperson is somebody who just puts somebody in touch with something that they need.
Yes.
That's it, and then the sales made. And that doesn't even always have to be you.
Yeah.
So why would the sales process ever have to differ from what you've done with your first client? And what did you do? Just talk us through the process. So despite the fact that you're given all the credit to being referred from friends, when you made that first contact, when you knew you kind of had to sell yourself at some point, how did you go through that process?
With what I was able to do, and in fact, the best part about the first client that I signed up for my coaching was that everything she said was exactly what I did, and so I was pretty chuffed with that.
That's a shock. Heaven forbid you just attract people who need exactly what you can give them.
So it was pretty ideal, and so we spoke on very similar subjects and had the same beliefs about what was possible and what was an opportunity. And so I found it very easy just to align with what she was saying she wanted.
So that for me is absolute textbook sale.
Okay.
Sale made.
Yeah, sale was made. Yeah.
So why would that? So why do you not? So what's left in terms of your picture of this super saleswoman?
Okay.
What's missing there?
So what's left is getting more clients like her to the part that I got to already, where they speak to me and I can take that opportunity to really just suggest them how what I do aligns with their.
I got a question.
desires. Yeah.
Is that a question of sales or marketing?
Yeah, I just realised that as I was saying that.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to Yes, absolutely. You knew that anyway.
Yes, it would seem that that's a question of marketing. Can we do this again, please?
Well done. So, what have we actually now concluded, Michelle?
That, in fact, sales is not the aspect that I need to be really focusing in on.
And you're already
And I already am a sales superwoman. What I really need to master is marketing. And once I've mastered marketing, by the time the person actually has a chance to speak with me, they'll already be the type of person that will want to listen to and discuss what we can work on together.
And then you'll close.
And then we'll make an agreement to work together.
Cool. That's it, I'm done.
Be relentless.
Be relentless. That's it, I'm done. Go on, do that.
That's it, I'm done.